Next up, we have Mr. Chetan Jaiswal of MyPigu. He's an expert in child psychology, behavior, and brain mapping. He presents paper in US Education Conference. I welcome you, sir.
Can I have a mic? Okay, till they organize for a mic. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite a tough task, to hold the audience just before lunch, right? So I'll try my best to hold you on for 10 more minutes, and hopefully it's going to be a good, engaging session between us. So before I go, before I start talking about for what I am here, let me talk about my credentials. So in my lifespan, I've studied in 13 schools. Wow, right? Out of 13, I got kicked out of 3 schools, not 11, sorry.
Check.
You know the reason why I got kicked out? Behavior. I was one of the naughty child, like how your classrooms have got. It's good to be naughty. Thank you so much. So I'm more of a hyperactive child, I keep walking around. So you might see me occupying the whole stage. Yes, thank you. So 3 schools what I got kicked out was in an age of 7, then it came to 9, and then it came to 13. Yeah, all odd numbers. And the reason why I was getting kicked out was because of bad behavior. Now, there's nothing called bad behavior. That's what I have learned. Behavior is, it's neutral. That's what I feel. And because of that, we did a lot of study on behavior aspects. And what we get to know is, at the end of the day, as a personality, you all have different kinds of behavior, right? Now, what Abraham Lincoln says, the best way to predict your future is to create it. 2016, millions of students will be joining school, and they'll be retiring by 2075. Do you know how their future is going to be? No, right? But you are the key to unlock their future. Next, please. This is something which is very much close to me. When I was a kid, every time my parents, my teachers, my relatives, my friends, including girlfriends, always used to think about why this child is always behaving like this, right? I'm sure you must have come across many kids in your classroom. You'll always have a question, why this child is behaving this way? And especially when they're not performing quite well in studies, socially, sports, extracurricular activities, or they are performing quite better in all the aspects. But also one question comes to our mind, thinking that why are they not excellent? Right? You want kids to grow from one level to another level. They may be good in public speaking, leadership, communication, decision making, but why not excellent? That's what our vision is, right? Every year, you get new batch of students coming down to your classroom, and every year you have a vision that this year, we are going to be transforming more number of lives. When I say lives, it's not academically. It's all about holistic development of a child. That's what our vision is, right? Or, this is something very interesting. If the child is not able to speak in a classroom, or if a child is not able to perform in a classroom, we have something called assumption. Oh, this child is not speaking. Oh, it could be a shy child, right? Or the child is not able to perform. The child could be inclined for something else. Not able to communicate. Might be he's got some issues. That's where the labeling starts. This is something what we have come across. Most of the kids say, I study hard, but still I'm unable to perform. You must have come across this statement from most of the kids. Maybe he's not putting enough efforts. That's what comes as a parents. And few of times, teachers also feel that. If I ask what will others think of me, that's what kids think about themselves. Might be they're having a lower self-esteem. Might be they're not that good communicator. They'll be having these kind of doubts on themselves. But what happens? Maybe he's not paying attention towards the studies. So what are we trying to do? Somewhere our brain starts working in a different direction where we don't want to think about That's where we start labeling the child. That's where we start having our own assumptions and perception about the child. Nothing wrong. We all are humans. That happens. It tends to happen. Now, I'm sure most of you will be always having this approach that we need to identify all the crucial aspects of a child at the right time, right age in shaping their future. Right? Most of you. Now, that's where we come in. It's a very unique blend of psychology and technology, what we have done. We map kids' behavior, where our psychologists, they start working with the child, each and every child in your school, and we start mapping every child's strength, their weak areas, working on the non-academic side so that we can boost logically the academic performance. That's one. Second thing is helping every child to reach their complete potential, which will result into holistic development of a child. So that's where the technology comes in. We believe in golden triangle model. A golden triangle model is where we involve parents, we involve teachers, we work with them. What we believe is, instead of working directly on the child, let's work on the teachers, let's work on the parents, and automatically you will see a result coming out on the child. We have a very simple 4-step process. We do observation. After doing the observation, we start working with the child. That's where the info happens. We inform. When we say we inform, it's something we start recording all the information and we give it in a form of analytics to the teachers, to the management, to the parents. And these analytics are also been further analyzed by our team of psychologists at the back end to understand every child, every classroom, every age group, so that we can come out with more better remedial solutions to start working on a child. Again, it's not a problem, it's also their skill enhancement what we look into. Now, these are the 5 aspects. All of us who are sitting over here, these are the 5 aspects which we all have. Physically, how we are. Socially, how much do we engage? Emotionally, are we too balanced? Cognitive-wise, how much logical thinking, how much can we think, how much academically we are. Language-wise, can we speak, right? These are the 5 things which develop all of us. Might be somebody will be too high in certain aspects, might be some of you will be a little bit lower in that. So it's very much important to have a balanced development and balanced observation on all the 5 aspects. Now that's where a systematic tracking down, mapping behavior on the 5 aspects becomes very much important. So we go with a very simple thing. You have seen on the traffic signal what happens. Green means what? Go. And orange means? Wait. Slow down. So green is something positive. Orange means improvement aspects. We don't say negative, because nobody has got negative aspects. Everybody has got some improvement areas. We work on those aspects for next 9 months, the complete academic year. We work with every child, identifying their strength, the improvement areas, start mapping down, start working on the remedial actions, and getting a complete holistic development of every child. This is something very much important. These analytics not only help us, but also help the teachers to understand your classroom. I'll quickly tell you one very simple thing. 9 months, your school works, right? Out of 9 months, you get undue holidays, Bharat Bandh, somebody passed away, blah, 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 many things happens, right? So you're left with how many months? 6 months, if you see. Including your annual day functions and everything, your time has been really spreading across. Out of 6 months, initial 2 months goes away in terms of understanding the child. Am I correct? New kids come to your classroom. How many months are left? 4 months. And what do everybody expect you? That you are a Harry Potter with a magical band in your hand. In 4 months, transform the child, right? It's a challenging task. Now imagine if you start getting the analytics of every child of your classroom, that how every child is in terms of their behavior aspect-wise. You can start making your own strategies of handling every child. And like how we say that every child is unique. We believe you need to be happy. If you are happy, you're going to deliver the best. We believe if parents are satisfied, at the end of the day, they're going to be connecting to the child very well, and they're going to be becoming a supporting hand. That can happen by a team of psychologists who can start working, start knitting every dot very closely. It's a complete activity-based approach, what we have it. We'll tell you more about it as you keep coming to our stalls. We have a lot of things to be shown over there. Not only in India, these are few numbers, what we have been working with. But let me tell you a very basic thing. We have been working in 4 different countries: China, Uganda, Dubai, and India. What we have seen, behavior is common everywhere, right? Might be the race, color, language is different. The tantrums are still the same. Here also, mother run behind the child for feeding the food. And all other countries also, same thing is happening. So what we have seen is, behavior remains common. It's approach which need to be given in a right direction to handle the child. I would like to close with a small incident. Now, there was a child in 7th standard, and there was a parent-teachers meeting was there. So what happened was, both father and mother were debating who's going to go inside my son's parent-teachers meeting. Father was like, last time I went, this time it's your turn, you should go. Mother was like, last time I had a very huge amount of humiliation, I will not go, this time you have to go. So both father and mother decided, let's go together this time. So they go inside the PTM. Son also accompanies. Son has already decided, whether father comes, whether mother comes, at the end of the day, I'm going to get thrashed. It doesn't matter. So what happens? Both father, mother, and the son goes, they sit in front of the teacher. Son is already very well thrilled that what is the teacher going to say. Teacher says, congratulations, your son has done a miracle. Suddenly the son, who was very much not that confident, he became too confident. You know, his style, body language, he's too excited. The sparkle comes in his eyes. With that one word, your son has done a miracle. Father and mother, their shoulders were down, suddenly their shoulder goes up. Wow, my son has done a miracle. So they're like, tell next what miracle my son has done. Sir, how can somebody can fail in all the 7 subjects? Isn't it? It's not less than a miracle over here. But what happened was, as a teacher, they are not wrong. But what happened was, why this child failed in 7 subjects? What was the reason behind it? What did the teacher do to avoid getting this child to that level at the end of the year? It could be this child had traveled to many cities. Might be he was getting accommodated to the new culture. Might be it was a new language. There are many things which are coming in, right? Nobody's dumb. Everybody's smart. So I would close on the note, the same child is standing in front of you and speaking on the behavior mapping. So please come down, speak to us in our stall. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Please be on stage. I request Ms. Vandana Lula from Poda International to felicitate Mr. Chetan Jaiswal. Thank you, Ms. Vandana, and thank you, Mr. Jaiswal. Thank you so much. I request, I'm sorry, I do not know the name, but someone who answered the right question for early childhood. Yes, ma'am. Can we please come on stage and take your goodie? I request Mr. Anil to give away the goodie to the winner of the quiz on early childhood. Next up, we have the video from Sivom. Can we have this video on screen? Congratulations, Mr. Abha from Montfort, Delhi. Thank you so much. Can we have the video? Well, ladies and gentlemen, time has arrived where we're moving into the next session and the next 20 top ICSE schools of the nation. I request Mr. Ajit and Mr. Chetan Jaiswal to come on stage and give away the awards. I request Mr. Ajit and Mr. Chetan Jaiswal to give away the awards. Are you guys hungry? Yes. So after these awards, we'll fatafat say move to the lunch section. All right, any guesses for the first winner? I hear some name out there. Singhania. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rank number 1 for ICSE school in India goes to Srimati Sulochana Devi Singh High School, Maharashtra. It's ranked number 1 in India, number 1 in Maharashtra, and number 1 in Thane. Can we all give it up, ladies and gentlemen? Congratulations. The second rank goes to Manik G. Cooper Education Trust School, Maharashtra, Mumbai. Can we have Mr. Anil on stage? The third rank goes to Greenwood High International School, Bengaluru, Karnataka.